This episode of the Game Over Greggy show is brought to you by Squarespace. What else are you going to build a website on? A shoe? They let me write this ad, but they said I had to say, make your next move at Squarespace. So don't count on a shoe. Make your next move with Squarespace. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com/GameOverGreggy and enter the offer code GOG, G-O-G, to get 10% off your first purchase. You know about Squarespace, 24/7 support, award-winning templates, customer service all over the place. You got help, you got these things. Kindafunny.com, the original one, Nick built it with Squarespace. So don't count on a shoe. Make your next move with Squarespace by going to squarespace.com/GameOverGreggy, entering the offer code GOG, and getting 10% off your first purchase. Now, ninja moves. Oh my God. Sorry, Kevin. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Over Greggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Do you want some of my iced coffee? I got it from Pete's today.
I was going to say, the big thing is it's a Pete's coffee.
Yeah.
Which was a weird moment.
The pure one, Tim
We were
Gettys.
there. We had some burgers for lunch.
Where'd you go for these burgers?
We went
Built?
to Built Burger.
This is in the mall?
Yeah, in
Okay.
San Francisco. It's technically outside the mall. Pete's is also outside the mall.
It's part of the
Starbucks
mall.
is
Let's not
inside.
have a real mall
There's
rat's
no
argument.
entrance to it from the mall.
Ooh, burn.
So?
Sick
Damn.
burn.
It's not inside
But the building,
mall.
it isn't a freestanding structure away from the mall. It is part of the
It's
mall's
like a
foundation.
Hershey
sore on the outside of the mall.
Wells Fargo.
It's not
Wells
inside, it's
Fargo
outside.
is outside of the
Real
mall.
quick, too, the Hispanic
Go fuck
heartthrob,
yourself.
Andy Cortez.
Fuck you.
I felt good, actually.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That feels pretty good.
Anyways, where do you come down on this? Is Built Burger part of the mall or not part of the mall?
Oh,
I'm not saying it's not
you all
part of
have
the mall.
very
I'm pretty
good
sure that's what he
points.
said.
You all
I
have
said
very
in
good
the
points.
mall.
The fact that there's
It's
no
literally in the
entrance.
wall of the mall.
Yeah, but it's not in the mall. There's a mall.
If
It is on the out. It's on the perimeter.
It's not
of
on the food
mall.
court.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It ain't at the food court.
This is literally a mall rats argument. But if the mall, this is the wall of the mall.
Yeah.
And it's part of the wall.
It's attached
That's
to the
part of
wall.
the mall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is part of the mall.
If I
Yes.
bombed Built Burger, which I'm not thinking about doing, NSA, it would
You're on
hurt
FBI
the
list
mall.
instantly, just
on
too
FBI list
far.
now.
There's a boudin that is not in the food court, but it is in the mall, right? So
I don't know. I'm not feeling from
has to
I
be
believe
in
it's
the
So
food
Bowdoin,
court.
McDonald's
too.
not in the
Bowdoin.
mall.
McDonald's not in the mall.
But you wouldn't be like, hey.
McDonald's part of the mall.
Isn't that? That's like the Trader Joe's. It's over by Trader Joe's.
Trader
Yes.
Joe's not in the mall.
Correct, but it's across the
Oh,
street.
It's under the mall.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah.
Why is that correct?
Because I don't think the mall extends that far to Trader Joe's ass.
It does. Trader Joe's
somebody
is like on the
Google
underside of the mall.
Earth, Stonestown Gallery.
We have
and
fucking
look at
Kevin
it from
Coelho.
above. I don't know what point that's going to
So anyway,
prove.
the reason I went to Pete's instead of Starbucks was because I actually don't like the kiosk Starbucks. I hate that shit.
Thank you, Cool Greg.
I don't necessarily like it. That's not yours.
I'm the champ.
That's not
I'm the
yours.
champ. This is
Well,
why Tim's so mad. I'm the champ.
Pretty sure Sean would have a different thing to say about that.
Nobody cares about him. Too bad.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, so
We'll
here we
to
go.
RTX.
Here we go.
So this. Oh, wait for Kevin to bring it up so the
Bring it up
audience
on the
can see
wall.
it. The
Kevin,
audience
full
can see
screen
it.
this
He's
shit.
working on it. He's working on it.
He's working on
He's
it. Oh,
working
he's
on
going to
it.
do the Colin and Greg
Bam,
live thing.
bam,
Oh, that was a
bam, bam.
mistake.
Bam, bam, bam.
Kind
Conor Gregg
of
live?
funny morning show. No,
Yeah.
but I mean, I haven't made that mistake for a while.
Oh,
I
okay.
messed up the name of the show.
Okay.
It's okay. At least 1 out of every 10 times when I introduce something, I introduce this as IGN. Still, I cannot shake that. It was 10 years of like, welcome to IGN. Oh fuck, that's not what we're called anymore.
So can I get it? I need.
Right?
Told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. All right, so
This
yeah,
show
keep
is
on
ridiculous.
enhance. All right, so here we go. Stop. That's good.
So you see the Pete's where I
So
was at.
Built right there.
Right.
Well, okay. There's Pete's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Built's up there. Built part of the mall,
Yeah.
and then
Champ Sports also part of the mall, but I believe that's also in the mall because I think you can go through into the other
Champ-
side, right?
No, you
or no.
can't.
Oh, you
No.
can't. So that's part
No.
of the mall.
Wait, so you agree with me?
There's
I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
I think the outside's part
what
of the mall.
about
The
the
inside's
Temple
in the mall.
Baptist Church? Because Temple Baptist Church is about Jesus, and Jesus is part of all of us.
The Temple Baptist Church is nowhere near,
see now Trader Joe's backs up to the Stonestown Galleria.
but there's no entrance.
Is there any? Yeah, I'm with you so far.
You can enter this way.
Now here, this is
But
it.
that's
This is
outside, Kevin.
this is I know very little about. I've been to
It's still
Stonestown,
part
obviously.
of the mall. Greg's right. If somebody bombs Trader
We're
Joe's,
all in agreement that it is part
Nobody's
of the
gonna
mall.
bomb Trader Joe's.
Agreements.
I don't understand what
Nobody's
the
bombing
argument
Trader
is then.
Joe's.
Why did you correct
Because it was
Greg?
in the
In.
mall.
It's not in the mall.
I think maybe we got off on the wrong foot here. Because I would agree, sure, it's not. It's in the wall of the mall.
He's just
Here's what I'll
mad
say:
'cause he's
as
not
the
champ.
Nintendo champion,
No, kind of funny.
kind of funny champion,
Funny world. I guess technically I hold both belts.
as the Nintendo World Champion of Colin and
other belt
Greg
was
Live
delegitimized?
with Beyond, as
Beyond a shadow
agree
of a
with
doubt.
Greg.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to agree with Greg. Sorry,
That's my
Tim.
man. That's
It's
my
okay,
man.
but you're lying though. You're just sucking up.
Are you? Because it's
Yeah.
working.
You're doing the suck up face right
No,
now.
because you were there
That's
with
that
us.
sweet suck
you
up
were
face.
actually in this establishment, so you know.
You got a dog
You
in
mean the
this
mall?
race.
He was in the mall?
I was in Built Burger.
We didn't go in the mall.
But if you go into
Yeah.
Built
But,
Burger, that's
getting
still
back to it,
technically part of the
Collapsed under
mall.
its own
I
weight.
appreciate that Nick was hiding information from us because I thought it was weird you didn't want to go to Starbucks.
No, so-
and you didn't admit
Well,
that
for
at
one,
the
it
time.
was farther than Pete's. The Pete's is right next door. I just
Sure.
wanted coffee. I'm trying not to drink soda anymore, and I kept looking at your hands. All you guys had those amazing, crisp, refreshing Cokes in your hand, very large, very cold, and I was like, I just want that, and I know that I could get it faster at Pete's. But also, yes, I don't like kiosk Starbucks. I like standalone Starbucks. I feel like the quality control is
Freestanding
better.
Starbucks.
Freestanding Starbucks, or as we already established, they can be a herpes sore on the outside of another building, but they can't be inside a bigger building.
See, an interesting thing I want to bring up, Kevin, is the
what do you want?
Starbucks at Ceremony Mall.
Sure.
Ceremony, as
Saramonte.
Nick would call it.
It's that
Yeah.
Saramonte.
That's inside.
That is half and half.
Sure.
That
Because
is
it's a
half and half.
herpes thing on the
Right.
wall,
But it's going into
there
the skin.
is an
It's going
entrance
right
to
Tim,
the
if
inside.
it's half and half, then it's in.
I was gonna say
I
if you can
agree.
enter the.
I agree.
If you
You can't be half inside another human being.
If you can
You're in.
enter, this is I like the definitions we're coming up with. If you can enter the mall through the establishment you are in, it is inside of the mall.
Okay.
If you can't, similar to you,
But
it
see,
is
what-
part of the mall. It's at the mall. It is the mall, but it's not in the mall.
But I mean, the physical building is in the mall. It does not have an entrance to the mall, but it is.
Well, we're trying
in
to.
it.
That's the deficient. Yeah, I
What is
understand.
that
Yeah,
called?
yeah, yeah.
It is still in the
I
mall.
just burped really
Before
gross.
we get
Thank you.
too far down this rabbit hole,
This is not a topic.
Well, I want to throw a wrench in this. I was thinking about making my topic today malls, and the fact that this conversation came up, I think we got to run with that.
Okay, fine.
Does that
Like
throw
that.
you off too much?
No, not at all. I just.
All right.
I'll be the second.
Here's
segment.
what I'll say about the sparkly, crisp, delicious soda that you were mentioning.
Yes.
I went to go see Wonder Woman this past weekend.
Yeah.
You loved it.
And I knew I was going to get a giant soda. I want a cherry Coke.
Cherry
Cherry
Coke.
Coke is on my
choice.
mind. Cherry Coke is like my fucking the
Jam.
drink that I get when I'm at the movies, right? And then I'm like, yeah, I'll take a cherry Coke, and they're like, oh, the fountains are on the other side. I was like, all right, so I kind of walk around.
Saunter, if you will.
I saunter over,
A light gallop.
a brisk jog,
Okay. A yog. Sorry, continue. Tell
and
your story.
it's the fucking bullshit remix.
Freestyle remix.
Yeah,
machine.
where the
Whoa!
cherry is not cherry Coke, it's just fucking Coke with like red cherry flavoring. Get out of my face, dude. You're a fucking fraud. Who are you trying to be? Why are you trying to be cherry Coke?
Jack
You're
of
not
all trades,
cherry
master of
Coke.
none, those
You're not
machines.
cherry Coke.
But
You're
you can get
fucking
like
bullshit.
cinnamon Coke out of it. You can put any kind of combination you want in the remix machine.
Do you want cinnamon?
No, but
just-
I don't. I just want. I mean, I don't want any of it.
for
For the
clarity's
record,
sake.
to blow all your minds, while you were off gallivanting around here, I had a Coke.
Sauntering.
I drank somebody's Coke from the fridge. That was in a
no one
plastic
was
bottle.
gallivanting, bro. How are you gonna fucking use the wrong word?
How are you gonna
we
fucking
were
throw that in our
sauntering.
We
face?
were
At
either
best.
sauntering or yogging, or at best a light gallop. We went for a yog.
Yeah, can we go back to this?
What's
Let's
a
circle back
yog?
to the yog.
Yog? That's what high class people call jogging. We don't jog, we yog. It's like when you go to Target or the Home Depot.
Despo.
You don't just what?
You put an S in there for some
I
reason.
did for.
don't know.
There was a teacher. I had a finance class in high school that did call it Home Depot, and he wasn't being. He was a weirdo, and he
Right.
wasn't joking.
Who?
He also talked to me about the XFL a lot.
Well, it's like my friends who would say
I mean, he knew I was a huge XFL fan, but he
I
did.
was like, I don't know if you're putting a point there.
he
or
would
this guy was awesome.
he would clip XFL articles out of the newspaper and give them to me because he knew
he
I was
hate me.
I was interested. Goddamn
how many
right.
yards did he hate me get
Lots.
this week?
Yeah,
Tons
exactly.
of yards.
Tons. So many.
All the yards.
Mr.
Who was it?
Delava? Mr. Delava
Depot.
sounds right.
We were having a conversation with someone, E3 is a bit of a blur, but someone was talking about the difference between how we say decals and how Canadians say decals, or what are they called?
Bullshit. It's bullshit, guys.
That sounds
Like something Jen would
That's
get
weird.
wrong. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bring a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get every episode early. How early? Well, now you can watch them live as we record them, like so many people are doing right now through an unlisted YouTube link, just by giving us $1.
Forever.
Forever.
People, I mean, this is about Gamescast, but
Oh,
forever
sorry.
people, I say you can get it early or you can get it late.
Yeah.
There was no getting on time. There's now an on-time option.
$1 is
Yeah.
on time. Yeah. If you can't watch it live, though, because we don't
Thanks,
archive
Kevin.
them, that's the whole point. You can get them early on Friday, ad-free as a video or an MP3. And if you want to wait, you can. They go up day by day, topic by topic, Monday through Thursday, the next week on youtube.com/kindafunny. Please subscribe. And then that following Friday, one big video, one big MP3. Malls.
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 So I grew up with this mall.
I love malls.
Stonestown Galleria.
What's that like?
As they call it. It's interesting. San Francisco is a weird place because it is all about the local mom and pop shops. And there was a big thing. There's no Walmart.
Buy
here.
local. Yeah.
There's a Walmart in Oakland, but that wasn't always there.
Right.
There's no Target here until recently, and then they added all these like little weird city Targets and kind of fake Targets. But there's no proper,
Super fake
They're
targets.
so fake.
There's no proper Target in San
city
Francisco.
Targets.
However,
City
Daly
Target
City,
sucks.
And they're awesome.
which Daly City is, going back to it, the herpes on the wall of San Francisco.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
You know, and that has multiple
What
Targets
is San
a block
Bruno
away
to
from
Daly
each
City
other.
then?
San Bruno is
It's a
the
polyp.
Anal
herpes-
warts.
Yeah, it's like
It's an anal polyp.
Oh
polyp.
god.
Damn,
Thank
you
you,
just dropped
Andy.
the polyp.
Thank you, Andy.
That was too much. But there was a lot of Targets over there, right? So at one point there was about 5. Once GameStop bought EB and FuncoLand,
Yeah.
there was at one point 5 GameStops within a 2-block radius.
Nice.
And it
must
was
have loved that.
insanity. It was fucking insane.
Did you love that?
We would go to all of them for no reason.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But so I had a kind of warped sense of malls.
gotta
Now
warp
there
something.
is the San Francisco Mall downtown that is now known as Westfield.
Westfield. Yeah.
But growing up,
Great mall.
the Gray Mall.
No, Westfield
Is
is a
in
great
San
mall.
Jose.
Is a great. Oh,
But so that you're bringing something up here, you had to go all the way to San Jose to get to a real mall.
Really?
Like a dam. It has every single thing you could ever want. Because the problem is in San Francisco Bay Area, there was the downtown mall, but that was always a little bit too yuppie, right?
It's touristy, too.
Yeah, touristy. There's a lot going on there. But there's like this magical connected dots line of malls in the herpes area of San Francisco that goes from Stonestown to Ceremony to Tanforan.
Yeah, it's
Now we've discussed Tanforan on the show before. That is the
Tanforan.
mall as
Tanforan. There's a 4 in there you're not saying.
Tanforan?
Tanforan.
Tanforan
Yeah.
is what it is.
Tanforan.
Used to be a horse racing track. It
did.
That they held Japanese internment people
Yep.
at.
Yep.
So that's a fun fact.
I didn't know that. I knew that.
Interesting
I always assumed the horse part because it's their logo.
Yeah.
But their logo didn't have any Japanese people behind bars. So
They
I didn't
didn't,
know
which
that.
is a good thing.
Probably best for the
but
Do you
brand.
think
They
at some
then
point those are the
turned
two
that
choices?
mall-
They were like horses or
Listen,
internment
we
camp
want to
icon?
honor Tanforan's history.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Looking
know.
at them all.
They put it out on Twitter.
The
and it's
logo
like
designer was
51%,
like, I can't.
49%. Guys, I quit.
I'm out.
This is not.
But then at some point they decided to make Tanforan the generic GTA mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where-
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
it used to be the cool mall.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
When we were young.
Lies.
When we were young.
All lies.
When I came here, that was, and I'm talking 10 years ago, we used to go to Tanforan at least twice, 3 times a week.
Why
Preach.
are you
You
saying
remember?
it like
You
that?
lived, yeah, you lived there. You lived through the
Preach.
IGN days. We'd
I
go
did.
hang
The
out with
Brisbane
Casey.
days.
Remember Casey, the manager at GameStop?
No.
He was nice enough to take back the games that we would turn in before there were any rules. They'd have like punch codes through the UPCs. He's like, you guys are good for them. There you
It
go.
sounds like a ethical problem.
Oh, it was a huge ethical problem. Oh, are you kidding me?
Very big.
When Hillary took over, he was eventually like, we have to stop. This is bad. Because this is like, when I started IGN, I was talking Goldstein. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's like editor-in-chief of IGN. No, in the old days, it was the Wild West. This is what I was talking about. When we got there, it's funny how much games journalism, games press
This
has
is when
changed.
OJ's case was going on, right?
Exactly.
It was a wild, wild west.
Exactly. Will Smith.
Yeah.
No, you got there and there were no rules. Nobody knew what the hell they were doing. There was just, and so people would just trade in games. You'd get games, like people would ship you games, like, right? I'll never forget this one time. A publisher will remain nameless sent everybody their game and they sent it on every platform. And this is a game that was on PS3, 360, you know what I mean? Like everything, PSP. So you got like everyone at the company got this box of like 5 games, and everyone at the company immediately went on their lunch break and turned them in and to get the cash, or not the cash, but the credit to buy more game
credits.
stuff. Because this was the thing is we were still buying stuff.
The smart
It was
people
insane back
would
then.
put it on the card, and you'd get a card that had a shit ton of credit on it, and then you could do with that as you please.
The credit for GameStop.
Non-traceable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GameStop,
exactly.
but you
Exactly.
could-
That's how I think I ended up buying my original PS3 was the fact that I had done it forever, and like me and another editor there who will remain nameless were like I got assigned to go through and clean out all the games, and I'm like, well, can I take all the doubles? And he's like, split them with me. We did. But eventually Hillary was like, this is terrible. Like, why are you doing that? But you look back at some of the old IGN decisions. None of the pay for play, here's your review score, but there's tons of stuff in events you're just like, Jesus, why would anyone do that? But you were dumb kids.
Here we go.
Yep, they were.
What are we talking about? Oh, Tan
Malls.
Foran back in the day. It was great.
No.
Well,
It was great.
wasn't great.
It had a good food court.
It's so food court.
Every mall food court is a so-so food court.
Yeah,
There was-
absolutely. Fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
not true because
100%.
I will hold up to the fact that Westfield Mall has
No,
a good food court.
Westfield Mall
It used to have a Bristol Farms.
Yeah, that was I remember those
And I
days.
stopped eating there the third time I went in there and saw a bum eating out of the
Trays with
salad
his hand.
dressing.
Yeah.
Was just eating like pokey, like ahi
Sure.
tuna. And I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. I mean, kudos to him for getting those good fats. But
You and I thought you were on this train with me and Jen the last time we went there.
Yeah.
We got the Thai food where we
Yeah.
were like, this just isn't good.
no. I'd had that Thai food 3 days in a row.
I know.
And by the third day, I started really seeing behind the curtain as to whether
Yeah.
or not that food was good. It
Because
was not good.
you were marking carrots with your eyes. You came back 3 days later and they're still there.
Yeah, it
in the
was,
steamer tray.
yeah, it
Oh
was
my
bad.
No,
God.
that's not true. That's not how bad.
Oh
it was.
god.
No, but it
See,
was.
that place is a trap though, because that again, the touristy bullshit, and it's so upscale that they charge you $1 bazillion. And they have, we have a Brazilian steakhouse. It's like, get the fuck out. This is trash. They have that new lobster thing.
Yeah.
And it's
Lobster
just
meat,
like,
I think it's called,
and
something
it's
like that.
horrible because they're always out of everything, and it's super overpriced, and then it's not even good.
It's gotten bad there, and I make light of like the homeless situation. But have you noticed that they actually don't have trash cans anymore there? You can't throw your stuff away outside, and that's because of that. It's because they had people would come in there and root through the trash. It was terrible. So yeah, it's an interesting space.
Now, what I will say is that I remember back then, Tan Fran being a mall that I would remember from my own day in Bloomingdale, Illinois, Stratford Square Mall, where I grew up, my stomping grounds. You know what I mean?
words
Did it
in
have the Hot Topic? It had the Hot Topic. It was just a mall.
Is that the sign of a good mall, whether or not it has a
Of
hot
course,
topic?
that's like a definitive thing.
No, that's a sign that it's a mall. It qualifies.
It
It
had-
had the lowest common. None of these malls
I
I'm
always
talking about
thought-
don't have a hot
Tan
topic.
That's
Foran
Spencer's
had-
gift
Except
was
for
that.
Stone Sound now, R.I.P.
Tan
They got rid of
Foran
it.
has the Orange Julius. It had that 3D video game machine you got into and it rocks you around.
Yeah.
But most importantly,
3D still does.
Most importantly, it had the GameSpot. Stop. It had Casey Inside working it. Then it had BJ's Brewhouse. Still does have BJ's Brewhouse. I don't go there.
Good
Home of the
pizza there.
Pizookie.
The Buffalo Chicken Pizza at BJ's, you tell them, my mouth's doing that water and thing. You tell them, don't put the barbecue sauce on it, just put extra buffalo sauce on it. 9 times out of 10, they fuck it up. But on that 10th time when they don't, delicious. And then you could go across into Barnes & Noble, flip through the comics, flip through the magazines, see what EGM's saying about
Look
whatever.
over at the now closing sign. Is it just?
I'm talking
gets
about back
bigger
in my
and
day.
bigger? I'm
Back in
joking.
my
It's
day.
not there
You know what I
yet.
mean? Okay.
Somehow that place is still taken.
Good. Okay.
You know
blows
why?
my mind.
It's because they know that that's where I got book 7 in the Harry Potter books. Midnight.
history.
Midnight.
Probably.
Got it.
History in the making.
And I
There was a
went-
Hooters there too.
Yeah,
There is
Hooters
Hooters
sucks.
there.
Hooters is the
Nope.
herpes of.
It
Tan
got better.
Fran.
It got
It did
better.
not
though.
get
The
better.
first
We went and
time
saw
went
it.
to
We went and
Hooters,
saw it. It's,
You and I distinctly remember
Hooters
saying, I'm
connects-
actually enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would.
It does.
well, that's true because this was my
Hooters
first.
connects. Hooters is
It
technically
does.
in
It
the
does.
mall.
So here's the
It's
thing.
a
You're
long
right.
corridor.
But it's like it's in a weird. It's one of those holes you wouldn't think to stick it in. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure,
Like
100%.
there's doors that don't even clearly say Hooters
Yeah,
in
you
the
can't
mall.
go through those.
Yeah.
You just need to know that there's a long hallway. It's a very long.
a
hallway.
never
Stick
ending
yourself
hallway.
in those Hooters.
Yeah,
You'll get in there.
You just got to get in there.
But Greg, I remember eating this and you saying, you know what? I remember Hooters being a lot worse than this.
Yes.
It's actually better than I thought. It was going to be.
Okay, I agree. Kevin, real quick, we got to open the shades in here. It's a gajillion degrees. I'm
Yeah,
down.
I'm burning too.
All right, cool. You're going to get some audio noise off the streets. No. We went there before Suicide Squad after God tried to stop us from seeing Suicide
Right.
Squad and give the power outage to the Alamo Draft House. We went there, and yeah, it was the first time going to Hooters where they finally gave in and were like, we're not just going to give you really gross breaded fried chicken and call it wings. We're going to give you, flash fried wings the way you'd expect
Yeah,
them.
decent.
And they were better than I expected, but I would never, we don't need to go there
Hooters sucks.
I go to Hooters as a matter of tradition
at Comic-Con.
at every E3 and Comic Con.
We didn't go.
I went.
You went.
Really?
Yeah, I sure did. I went the
piece of
second day
shit.
we were
I wanted
there.
to go. You
I went
piece of
with Lou and one of Lou's friends and one of my friends. We all went.
Is
It
Lou
was
your
great.
dad?
Fucking
No.
Lou.
Big Lou?
Big Lou, if Big Lou went inside of Hooters,
Lou
Big Lou
Medina.
doesn't know Hooters exists. If he did, it would blow his fucking mind, and he probably would never stop going
Is
there.
your dad like you and Matt?
No, and not in the least. But my
Okay.
dad's very.
Was he ever though?
No.
Because like that kind of is the best thought.
No, my dad is very much a very reserved, very nice, very soft-spoken, just kind guy. But every once in a while, I'll see him encounter something that he doesn't know exists, and it like blows his mind. Like a Hooters would be like,
like
he'd be
Cool Greg.
I don't understand why this happens. Yeah, it's exactly
Cool
like Cool
Greg in
Greg.
airports and
Yeah.
flying.
That needs to be a topic to itself one day.
Damn, in 3 hours we're gonna be in LA. That's crazy.
He tripped me out because he was like, normally like the farthest I could get is the mall. You weren't there for that.
I was here when he showed up to travel with a brown paper bag full of clothes. We had to be like, you need a bag.
He knew he needed a bag. He just thought he had a backpack, realized he didn't.
He's
Had to
the best.
get here anyway.
Cool
You
Greg's
had to
the best.
improvise. I don't know. Malls are go for it, Andy.
I was gonna talk about the local mall of McAllen, Texas, La Plaza Mall in the Rio Grande Valley, 956. We don't play no games.
don't play no games.
They have a Chick-fil-A there,
Ooh.
and that
Chick-fil-A.
is what's set apart.
You know you don't like Chick-fil-A.
What are you talking
Come
about?
on, it's like mediocre in every way.
I was
There's
trying to
a
win
couple
you to
things
decide.
Kevin gets really, actually everything Kevin gets really like opinionated about.
This is the first thing I've
one
ever
of
heard
them.
him not like.
He does not like Chick-fil-A.
Great milkshakes.
Of course.
Decent milkshakes.
You don't like the chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A?
I think it's fine. I'd rather McChicken.
Wow.
Their fucking
Chicken.
Their fucking nugs are the best.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A's got some choice nugs.
They got them choice.
So aside from Chick-fil-A, they also had Luca Pizza. Now, so I have like rose-colored goggles when it comes.
No, he's got they wear goggles in Texas.
Spawn main character.
Sandstorms.
You got the hair.
I
but,
was
like,
Chris Kirkpatrick. Luca Pizza was delicious to me as a kid, but I know for a fucking fact that it's a place that if I were to go back to now, is it even open? I have no idea.
It can't be open.
Right? There's no way, because I haven't been in that mall in like 12 years. But I knew that if they had if I were to go back there and eat a slice of pizza at Luca Pizza, go ahead and Google that.
I'm doing it. Luca Pizza, McAllen, Texas.
Correct. Yeah.
How do you
It's
spell
got
McAllen?
McAllen. Yeah, the pizza was good to me as a kid, but it was like sort of New York style, folded up.
Motherfucker,
in
this
half.
place is open.
It's still open.
Apparently.
Let's call and see if they'll
Holy
deliver.
shit. Oh my god. So La Plaza Mall was the nice mall that you went to. That was like the more snooty mall, right? Which
Okay.
is not, it wasn't even snooty by any means. But the cheaper mall, the more ghetto mall you'd go to was El Centro Mall.
Oh shit, son.
And that shit was in Far, Texas. Like PH Far, Texas, right? And you'd go there, and they had a really shitty movie theater.
Okay.
And that's the first time I saw The Sixth Sense when I was in elementary school. Really scared me.
Good movie.
Always smells like feet, though. That fucking mall always smells like feet. But you'd go there for the Lubies.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
You would go to
explain.
El Centro Mall.
Please explain.
You would go to El Centro Mall for the Lubies.
I mean, I've gone pretty
Yeah.
far in my life for a couple Lubies, but this seems like it's way out there.
Oh no! So El Centro Mall is like closer to home, like, but you'd travel further to go to La Plaza because it's more expensive and shit.
Okay.
Because
What's
they had a
Lubie?
hot topic.
Let's just cut to it. What's a Lubie? What is that?
Oh my god, you've never heard of Lubies?
No, I have
Oh
no
my
idea what
God.
that is.
What? Okay.
I should make sure they're open.
Ask him what a lubie is.
No, they don't
Ask
know.
him where Lubies is.
Ask them if they're close to
Because like there's no Yelp page for it, and there's just like ambiguous information about Luca's Pizzeria. I'm done.
It's so weird to me that you all have never heard of Lubies. So Lubies is like a buffet style cafeteria place.
Okay.
With like dope ass fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
Okay.
And they have fish. And
It's like
they have,
Sizzler.
I guess so.
Or
I've never been.
hometown
I've never
buffet.
been in a Sizzler.
Town.
I think
Buffet.
Sizzlers are shitty answer
Okay.
to Lubies.
All you
Okay.
can eat shrimp. Does that sound like a good or bad idea? Because
I-
that's Sizzler.
I think they may have had that at Lubies at one
Oh,
point, but I
man.
know that they have like but it's
idea.
like good fucking food, and they got some great lemonade, and it was across the mall from Mr. Music. Now, Mr. Music,
Yeah.
was like had the really really bad music brands.
Yeah.
There was never a Fender there. There was never a Gibson, but there was like Fernandez or like some shitty brands. No.
Show everybody, Kev. Show everybody Lubies.
Show everyone your shame, Kevin. What is this?
Kevin's trying to show us Lubies.
Is this it?
Loobies.
Lubies.
But I mean, to be fair, look, it says great. What is that?
It's
Home
got
cooking.
good looking food.
Great Canadian home cooking.
Great Canadian. home
Clearly,
cooking.
it's in far Texas, right?
yeah,
Good old Lubies.
What,
Canadian
they
far
can't make
Texas.
Canadian food in Texas.
Very true. Tim Hortons all over America.
Lubys, Kevin. Lubys had a great fucking buffet. And when you're done, you'd go to Mr. Music, you'd play on some really, really bad $100 electric guitars.
Yeah, you did.
And there was all off-brand instruments. And if you wanted to get a shirt made, you'd get a Tough Stuff. Now, Tough Stuff was right next door. And they were your custom shirt shop. So if you needed fucking T-shirts for your fucking pep rally in
Did
high
they do
school.
like the spray?
Yeah, they
on
did.
stuff?
They did spray,
Yeah.
but they also did like the actual pressing and stuff like that. There was always a Spencer's.
Of course, there was.
Spencer's. You get that
classic.
You get that
That makes
fake
them all.
poop. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fake
That,
poop
they
at
had the
Spencer's.
psychedelic posters with the black light stuff.
Yeah,
they had all the
sure
sexual
did.
I always
jokes
kind of
and
got a
everything.
boner because there was
It
always
was
like
fun.
sexual
Oh,
stuff.
you knew?
in
Yeah,
there.
there's all sorts of sexual. Is this
One
Lubies?
day I'm gonna know.
This looks gross.
This is fucking Lubies.
Now, the question
dog.
about Lubies I have for you, Andy, is
Hit me
did
up.
it end with the soft serve ice cream that you have to do yourself?
you could always do that if you
At
wanted to. Yeah.
Lubies?
Yeah.
See, it and Sizzler, they are one and the same.
That's
Okay.
every buffet. I feel like
Lubies
right?
also had,
that was
like-
home, that was home.
That was
kind of-
They
home.
also had like the
Buffet.
fucking
Yeah.
chocolate
Tim-
waterfall.
They always have a pudding
Golden
bar.
Corral.
Sizzler didn't have an all-you-can-eat buffet. They had a taco.
Yeah, they had a shitty
Station.
salad stand, but then they had all you could eat whatever the fuck you want when you ordered
It was
it.
just.
The all you can eat shrimp, all you can eat steak, all you can
Yeah,
eat.
but he's
whatever.
right. There was no. It wasn't a.
I'm saying
Sizzler's not known
it's
for the
different
buffet. It has
Lubies.
salad bar.
It is known for
And the pudding
its-
bar was amazing.
It was,
They
that's the
eventually
taco
added
bar.
fried chicken too, and they
Yeah.
added all.
Part
this
of the
They
other
had the
stuff.
chocolate waterfall.
No,
Where you
Just in
could-
the bathroom.
That's at weddings.
Jesus.
That's just. Oh yeah, I have a good story about that. I've told that story.
Oh, what?
I've told this my Sizzler story before. I'll
Have
tell
you?
it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's when I terrified a small child
remember
because of
this,
it. Yeah.
but like, we
This
you
is
told
when
this
I-
recently.
Oh, yeah, you did tell us recently.
For
Okay.
people who didn't watch
To
that episode,
Stephen Hogg.
I was. Oh yeah, I did tell us.
So the morning show. Okay.
I wonder if he remembers that. Let's all tweet at him. Yeah, Sizzler holds us. That's the last time I went to a Sizzler, by the way, because I was so mortified that happened that I went to. I was loading in a job with my brother down in San Juan Capistrano, and we were all super tired. This is when I was a big boy.
Oh, yeah?
Like I think I was tipping the scales here at this point in my life around 250, 260.
Good for you.
So I was eating like I was going out there to fucking play football every day, except I wasn't playing football. I was sitting on my couch doing nothing, smoking a lot of cigarettes. And we were loading in the show, and I had to go to the bathroom real bad. We take a break to go to Sizzler's. Now this particular Sizzler, had not upgraded their bathroom in a very long time. And I walked into the one stall, and it was already clogged. And I'm like, this sucks, but I gotta do it. And I dropped fucking a hell spawn in that goddamn toilet. It was disgusting. And as I come out, I mean, I was in there for at least a good 15, 20 minutes. I was doing my business, right? I come out and some kid, maybe 8 years old, 9 years old, is staring at me like doing the pee-pee dance, like he's got to go in. And I'm like, kid, don't go in there. Now, I'm not sure if he spoke English or not, but he was not, my words were not resonating in his brain. And he went in, and I was like, well, he's got to learn sometime. And I shit you not, no pun intended, 5 minutes later, the kid came out crying and went to his mom, and they started pointing at me, and I was like, we got to pay. We got to pay the bill right now. It's time to leave. Can't go back to Sizzler. So I don't know if I'm banned for Sizzlers or
You're
not.
not. That kid sucks.
But that kid sucks.
First off, he's a fucking narc, so he can go to hell.
Fuck
I don't-
yeah.
It doesn't.
Snitches
That's the funniest
get
thing.
stitches.
That's the funniest thing about language. It doesn't matter what language you have. Narc is the same word everywhere. And that kid is a
Narcos.
fucking narc.
That kid is
and
a
he's
fucking narc, dude.
And his mom should have slapped him for being a narc. Don't
Yeah.
point him out.
Yeah.
What,
To be
what was
fair,
your
though,
problem?
Put his face in it.
It's possible that he sat
Banned!
down. I mean, the pile was so tall that it's possible that he sat down on the toilet and got a little bit on him.
Oh, and it
was
made
bad.
contact.
Yeah,
Made
so
contact.
he could have dangled his prepubescent balls on top of a load right there. I'm not sure what happened.
I don't want to get anywhere near that.
Neither did this kid.
Malls.
He sure didn't.
Yeah.
Malls. By the way,
Prepubescent malls.
malls hold a weird place in me because I grew up in Riverside, right? So for me, like the malls in Riverside, you're talking about the old Riverside Plaza or the Tyler Mall.
So the Euromalls were more outside, right?
No, they weren't. They were all indoor malls, but they were
Really?
all dilapidated. Now they've all been excavated. Well, the Tyler Mall's still indoor, but the Plaza got just knocked down and they made it this nice outdoor mall. But yeah, you were talking about like, I used to go to the mall and it was those shops that you've never heard of and never will hear of again. I think we had Egg Software, which was like a small chain in Southern California that sold video games and like systems, things like that. But that all just started slowly going out of business. But we would go between that and then we would drive to Orange County where my dad worked and we'd pick him up and we'd go to the South Coast Plaza or there's another big outdoor mall it's escaping right now, but South Coast Plaza is like the most high-end mall you'll ever go to in your life. So we went there recently and it was like every luxury watch brand has its own standalone store in there. Every designer brand has a standalone store. And so coming from Riverside, where I'm like, this is normal to me, to going to that and seeing luxury and looking at price tags and being like, fucking A, people spend this much on shit, was like, it was mind blowing to me.
I think of malls. I think of KB Toys.
Fuck
Hell
KB
yeah.
Toys.
You do.
Right?
Fuck yeah,
right?
KB Toys.
A shitty toy store that had to try to survive there. Because Toys R Us was, Stratford Square Mall.
I have no fond memories of KB Toys.
Well, I'll get to my fond memory in a second, of course. But Stratford Square Mall, pretty much right across the street from a Toys R Us. It's just a gigantic Toys R Us that's just epic. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you want. But if you remember, and I know you do, the JLA figures were exclusive to KB Toys. So I had to go there week after week
These are the
with
ones
my
with big
mom.
puffy chests.
I mean, no, what?
Did they look like the?
They were. I mean,
show?
this is. No. This is based on the comic book.
Okay.
Grant Morrison comic book.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Continue.
So they'd be there. You'd go there. It was the first time they had a Martian Manhunter figure in forever. You know what I mean? I'm talking since like Superpowers. This is the first time I can get Martian Manhunter. So
How
you know
was
I'm
it, Andy,
going
to
there.
experience it
You
in
know I'm
real
going.
life?
You know what I mean?
He's there. You can
They had
feel
fucking,
him.
they eventually had the alt. Now this is over at the Warner Brothers Studio store. I do believe I had to buy this, but them all mint on card in one giant box with the fold up Velcro things, and they had Superman Red and Superman Blue inside of it. Remember, because that was a big thing. That's where they
remember
had
that
the
was a big thing.
translucent characters too from I forget which JLA story. Did I buy two? So I could open one and play with it and have one mint on card? You're goddamn right, I did. Yeah,
Interesting.
Jimmy, can you let that happen?
No, yeah, Big Greg Miller let that happen.
Oh, this is when
Again.
you had a charge card.
Greg, this is no.
Like a year ago.
This is my dad. Big Greg Miller.
I
I'm
see,
little
I see.
Greg Miller.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Big Greg Miller was just happy to have his son collecting garbage like Big Greg Miller collects. Big Greg Miller got Coke shit for fucking years.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
He's got old bottles, antique shit. He's got this one Ames bag. It's a long story. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But I was always blown away that they let me do this. But I've talked to them both since then. It was their way of bonding with me. For mom, it was, on the weekends before I had a license, driving me over to the mall or whatever to be like, oh, we spend time together. Dad doing, seeing me collect stuff, go to Comic Cons or whatever. But we also, the one thing Stratford didn't have that Oakbrook did, Oakbrook Terrace, I want to say, is what this outdoor mall was,
Okay.
is that they had a Warner Brothers studio store. And they had all sorts. This is back when Warner Brothers studio stores were awesome, and you had all sorts of Superman and DC stuff. This is when comic book stuff was hard to
yeah.
find, of course.
Yeah.
I got a big
Our
ass
childhood.
Bugs Bunny stuffed animal.
You bought
It
the
had
wrong stuff.
wire legs and
Yeah.
shit, and you can like pose him.
terrifying.
It was dope as fuck.
Now the reason, of course, the Warner Brothers studio store steered in my mind. Of course, I got a lot of Superman stuff from there. That big Superman bust you guys remember from the living room.
The one that smells like ass.
No, it's how can plastic
Why
or
are you
what?
smelling
Why
It smells like BO and ass.
it does
It
not.
doesn't. It smells like
It does. Smell it when you go home. Is it still there?
Yeah, of course. It's
Get
there.
close to it. Give it a sniff. Whatever.
Why are we over at the bookshelf in the old apartment sniffing the
No,
Superman?
we used to put that thing on the desk. Remember?
No, he's talking about.
No, you're talking about my bank.
The bank.
The bank
yeah.
smells like
Oh,
old
I
money.
thought you were
Yeah,
talking about the
that's in the other room.
Oh man, that thing
That's
smells
here. That made it
like
here.
What I imagine.
Now that I know you don't like it,
bum's
guess
ass
what? I'm going to
smells
let
like.
hang out with you all the time.
Oh, isn't that
Kevin,
great?
go get me the bank from the
No,
prize room.
Kevin,
Bring it in.
don't. That thing traumatized
Cool, Greg.
me.
Also, I got an Alex Ross painting from there. Can you go into the prize room and get me? If you go in the prize room, you're gonna find a Superman bank made of rubber that him doing like this.
Make sure you carry it right by the head, though.
It is made.
And nothing else.
It's made of money. Be careful.
It's
However-
made of money.
Warner Brothers Studio Store. They also had exclusive Total Justice action figures. Now these, of course, were some of the first figures. These predated the Justice League ones that would eventually come to KB Toys. But they had your normal Flash, and I remember seeing these motherfuckers in the store for the first time, Andy. You know what I mean? Blew my mind. Then I was reading, of course, Wizard magazine. It might have been Toy Fair, and they talked about how that line of toys was going out of business, but the final run was going to have Huntress and Parallax. And I shit you not, left the room with it, went over. Thank you very much. A piece of history right here.
Cool, Greg.
GameOverGreggy history.
If music's good here in the Bay Area, what is it? What does it do?
Well, slaps. Fuck. All right.
He got you.
You nailed it. They had a Parallax figure. We went and bought it right away. Did I make the associate go back to find me another one so I could have 2 mint on card? I did.
You sure did.
I sure did.
Now, you've brought the bane of my existence to the table. Can you do me a favor and at least make Andy smell it?
Oh, he doesn't smell good.
Oh, fuck.
For a long time, we thought
it smells
maybe
like
someone was
plastic.
stuffing that inside of themselves. But I think it's just the plastic is going bad.
Jesus.
You think the plastic's
Yeah, I
going
think it's the
bad?
plastic's got, the plastic's just a low calorie plastic. Or
He's
it's
making
like
a
rubberized.
face that like he's
he's
making the
shitting
face of like
himself.
how I smell, like how I'm
Tim, do you want to smell
feeling
it?
the
No, I'm
smell.
okay.
Make Tim smell it.
Everybody else smelled it, Tim.
Everybody smelled it, Timothy.
I mean,
fucking shit,
Doesn't
dude.
smell as bad
No,
as
dude,
you're saying.
it fucking
It doesn't smell good,
sucks.
but it does smell like fucking shitty coins.
Warner Brothers Studio Store right there.
There you go.
Copyright 1997.
Wow.
They don't make them like this anymore, do they,
I
guys?
certainly don't.
Man.
We'll
And
move
from the
ahead.
sounds of it, there's at least $50 worth of
There's a lot of
pennies
change in there.
So-
Before we move on from this topic, I just want to give a quick shout out to Anchor Blue. It had a great run.
Oh,
that
Anchor
is-
Blue. It's kind of like Old Navy.
Ah,
for the
okay.
cool kids.
I don't know
No,
what the
Anchor
fuck you're
Blue.
talking
those were
about.
all low end. You just got to buy jeans. You got to buy jeans.
Got to get them jeans.
Yeah.
They were the only place that had Beyond Baggy as an
They
option.
did. I used to wear those.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
They're great. Everyone did.
Yeah.
Never wore 'em.
You messed up.
And you weren't
Everybody
cool.
had the Old Navy shirt with the American flag.
I didn't have
I
that.
shopped at Old Navy
Remember
a
that?
lot when I was a fat kid.
Shopped at Walmart a lot. That's where I got my clothes. Yeah.
Mervyn's.
Yes.
Mervyn's. I was a Mervyn's guy.
Mervyn's was a lot.
Steinmeier.
They had
JC
their fun
Penney's.
little graphic meme shirts.
Yeah.
You know?
Steinmart, Dillard's.
Dillard's, yeah.
That's
Okay.
made up.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
a Dillard. No,
I
it's
hate it
real.
when my mom would
Diddums?
take me to those places.
I hate clothes shopping. in
Mom, let
general.
me go to Sam Goody. Let me fucking look at a Rage Against the Machine album in front of cool kids so they can think I'm cool.
And go to one of those like test listen areas and just
Yeah.
fucking listen to shit. And
Yeah.
one of the headphones was
Oh,
always
System of a
busted.
Down. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, good looking. Click here to subscribe to Kinda Funny. Click here to go to patreon.com/Kinda Funny. Support us there. $1, you can watch the show live. Click here to watch other Game Over Greggy show videos. I looked right at a light. And you can go right down here and go see Kinda Funny Games because we have a bunch of cool stuff there, like a new gaming daily show. Until then, Ninja Roll.